Welcome to Wild Breakaway with Tom Chorsky. I'm Audra Martin. Another tough one tonight for the Minnesota Wild as they fall 4-2 to the Toronto Maple Leafs. A better effort overall than we saw a few nights ago in Boston, but unfortunately tonight a couple tough bounces and own goals off their own players tonight for the Minnesota Wild. Ends an impressive winning streak against Toronto. They fall to the Leafs the first time since 2013.
Yeah, pretty good first period by the Minnesota Wild. That puck bounces off the end boards and off Dubnyk, but they even the score by the end of the first, so they climb back into it. Pretty dominant second period, but the Leafs score the only goal, so they're down by 2-1. So it was inopportune times when they scored and the way they scored. So those are kind of backbreakers. Let's hope that's getting out of their system.
Jason Zucker providing all of the offense tonight for the Wild, 4-2. Again, your final score. Here's a look at your final stats. 37 shots on net, a good effort for the Minnesota Wild, especially considering they held the Maple Leafs to just 19 shots on net. They were able to cash in on the power play 1 for 4 thanks to Jason Zucker and his 2-goal performance and a perfect 2 for 2 on the penalty kill tonight. But the theme so far this road trip seems to be fluky goals. It's just a tough break for the Minnesota Wild.
Well, I mean, it is tough and it is deflating, but I thought we handled it well and we came back and we scored. Actually, I don't know if that was reviewed, but we thought it was a high stick, but tipped in front. But I asked the ref at the beginning of the second, and they said it wasn't. So, c'est la vie. When things aren't going good, this is the things that happen.
So now the Wild will turn right around tomorrow night. Back-to-back games wrapping up against the Montreal Canadiens, and they'll close out this 4-game road trip as they take on the Philadelphia Flyers on Saturday. Now Montreal, a team the Wild beat just a week ago in a pretty convincing fashion, 6-3, but Carey Price was in net for the Montreal Canadiens. He's out dealing with that lower body injury, and since seeing the Wild, the Canadiens have won 3 straight. They've been playing some good hockey.
Yeah, they finally shook it off, but that still should give the Wild some confidence, having beat the Canadiens recently, because they haven't had much other success, let's face it. So they're going to go into Montreal with some momentum that the effort was there tonight and that the other team isn't going to get those fluky goals anymore. I think we owe a little bit of credit to Frederik Andersen, too. He stopped a lot of shots tonight, and the only goals that he gave up were to Jason Zucker all alone in front. So good goaltending by them, too. Wild should keep that effort going tomorrow and come out with a better result.
Not a lot of time to dwell on the tough loss tonight in Toronto. We'll see you tomorrow night in Montreal for the Minnesota Wild as they continue this 4-game Eastern Conference road trip. We'll see you tomorrow night. For Tom Chorsky, I'm Audra Martin. Thanks for joining us on Wild Breakaway.